Hello friends, welcome. In this video, I'm going to share my thoughts on what is event-centric approach in KP or the Krishnamurti Paddhati. Let me first draw your attention towards some of these questions, and I keep getting these kind of questions quite frequently. Let me read out a couple of these questions. I have four planets signifying 4, 5, 10 bhavas. What does this combination mean? Also two planets signifying 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 combination. Let's look at another question. 2, 4, 6, 7, 10. What happens? So basically the user is asking that if in a horoscope, if this kind of a grouping is appearing 2, 4, 6, 7, 10, then what kind of event it could translate into. Let me elaborate why this kind of a confusion pops up by using one example chart. In this example chart, I'll show you that how a user is likely to end up with similar confusion. So let's assume that this person is running Mars and Venus period, and you have to offer a reading for this chart for the Mars and Venus period. Now, if you look at the Mars and Venus, if you look at Mars and the Venus, then it indicates many houses in terms of signification. 4, 8, 11, 3, 7, 8, 3, 6, 9, 2, 5, 10, and so many of these houses it is indicating. So when you just focus on Venus and Mars and look at this whole maze of significator, then you're not able to figure it out that what exactly is going to happen in the Venus Mars period. And this is where you when you have so many significators and so many combinations of house grouping could emerge out of the dasha lord and the bhukti lord, then you have this kind of questions. What happens when you have 2, 4, 6, 7, 10, or I have four planets signifying 4, 5, and 10. Wow, this is not a very good approach for analyzing a horoscope using Krishnamurti Paddhati. Even a very standard combination could mean so many things in KP. For example, 2, 7, 11. We all know 2, 7, 11 means marriage, but 2, 7, 11 can mean so many different things in KP. 2 and 11 could also mean a gain of money, and 7, 11 could mean a gain of money from the partnership. And 2, 7, 11 is also not a good combination for movable signs because it becomes a Marak and Badak combination. So if you're judging a horoscope and if you are just looking at this the house grouping alone, and then you might think and you might get confused also that what exactly is going to happen. Is this person going to marry, or this person is going to die, or go through some bad period in terms of health, or this person might gain some money from a partner. So this is how all these confusion arises. So the jumping into this house grouping and making that as the basis for horoscope reading is not a good approach in KP. There is always a temptation even when you are looking at your horoscope. Let's say this is your horoscope and you are looking at Rahu Saturn period, then immediately you try to look at these significations and the Saturn signification, and then you try to combine all these things and create all kind of weird combination, and then you end up getting confused. So temptation to jump into a maze of significators and extracting house grouping from a maze of significators is not a good approach in KP for judging a horoscope. And so the rule that you should remember is that house grouping as the basis for horoscope reading is not a good approach in KP. Now obviously your next question should be that what approach should we be taken for analyzing a horoscope and writing and offering some predictions to your clients or family members or friends. Now in KP you will not find a very standard kind of a format or an approach, and I don't think KP was Shri KSK was able to evolve some kind of a definite approach that this is how you have to prepare a horoscope, read a horoscope, and write a horoscope and offer a predictions. Let's compare it, or let's first look at how we were doing things the traditional way. Now, in a traditional horoscope, if somebody is going through a Rahu period, then you get a lot of ready-made text from the old classics and all that. And now this is something that I have extracted from one of the web pages. And if you look at the some of these predictions for the Rahu Mahadasha, strong disagreement with family members, children, and even parents. Many obstacles and hindrances in the way to progress. Increase in chances of deception by close. This is all nonsense stuff. But these kind of stuff, and then you can add something from the Lal Kitab or something from some other books and all that. This is how the whole traditional way, especially during these days when they have these computers at their disposal, and the computers print out can churn out 100 200 pages of these kind of predictions, which has they have no substance, but they can offer you some kind of a PDF 100 125 pages and all that. And this is something I extracted from one such PDF. Is 125 pages long, and they have all kind of stuff, and nothing is of any significance or any substance. And they also have many pages full of these kind of a graph, all these fancy kind of stuff, and I have no clue what exactly these graphs are in that PDF. But this is how now whole the traditional concept of reading and writing a horoscope has become meaningless, useless, has no substance at all. So this is now, obviously this is not, you have seen this and you know that this is all useless. That's why I guess you abandoned the traditional method and you made a jump to KP. Now let's discuss that what kind of approach we should have in KP for reading a horoscope and offering some kind of a prediction. I call this as a event-centric approach. This is what I call it, event-centric approach. What is an event-centric approach? First is you prepare a list of events, and then you have that the house grouping rules related to the that particular event. And so let's look at this chart, this example chart. This person is now going through, or Rahu's period is going to end in 2024. Now, if you look at the Rahu Dasha that started in 2006, and this is the date of birth, then you will find that the prime time of this person's life is going to get absorbed within the Rahu period, the main period of the life, and where all these important questions a person has on his or her mind. So, what are the questions? Those are typical in the prime of the life. These are typical questions. So first, what you do is you prepare down. Let's say you are giving a reading for the Rahu Mahadasha, and so first you have to prepare a list of events that might happen during the Rahu Dasha. What are those? Marriage and love, children, promotion, job, finances, going abroad, house and property, health. These are all typical questions a person might be having on his or her mind. So this is first you prepare a list of events, and then you must have a house grouping rules, a list of handy. That this should be handy so that you can immediately refer to the house grouping rules. For marriage, marriage and love 2, 7, 5, 11. Similarly, for all these usual questions, unless and until there is some specific request from your client, and in that case you might want to accommodate that special question also. And I'm pretty sure if you Google it, then you might be able to find the exact combination or the suggested or the recommended combination for that special question. Thus, in the event-centric approach, the grouping of the houses helps you to focus on a specific event, and the event-centric approach would help you to fix the timing. This is a very methodical and systematic approach. If you follow this, then you will have a more ease in offering predictions and analyzing a horoscope in a very organized manner. Let's apply this event-centric approach to the same example chart, and let's just focus on one simple event. And let's say that we are trying to analyze the finance and career of this chart, and during the Rahu Dasha, that what are the good periods when this person is going to go, when this person will have a good finance and career. So, grouping, the grouping rule 2, 6, 10, 11, and then the KP rules, the standard KP rules, the planets in the star of occupant, how to find the significators. So that, and then based on this and this, then you identify the significators. And once you have the significators, then you can relate those significators to the dasha period, right? And then this is how then you can write a prediction that during the Rahu period and during these particular bhuktis, a person might see a jump in his or her finance and career. So let me once again repeat. Grouping of the houses helps you to focus on a specific event. An event-centric approach would help you to fix the timing. So this is going to make you methodical and systematic. I give you a very systematic approach. And then you will not have that confusion that what this combination 4, 9, 8, 12, or those kind of thing means. Once you follow this kind of approach, then the next big thing is going to happen to you is that you realize that not always 2, 6, 10, 11 is going to give an increase in the finance or the career. What I'm trying to say is that once you're done with or once you have eliminated this confusion of using house grouping as the basis for reading the horoscope, and then the next challenges will emerge. And what are the next challenges? That's part of every astrology, including Krishnamurti Paddhati also. That how to eliminate the tempters. Now you have a list of significators, and like I mentioned, not necessarily all the good things are going to happen during the bhukti of these periods. Some might prove to be good, some might be average, some below average, and some might even give you a surprise that instead of giving a positive, they might have given a negative result. So this is where then you can focus more on learning the predictive techniques of the Krishnamurti Paddhati. For example, how to eliminate the useless significator, and how to find the sub period, so that your prediction could be more precise, the timing could be more precise. So that's all in this video, and I highly recommend that you follow this event-centric approach. And if you have any other ideas, do let me know by leaving a comment. So thank you, and thank you so much for watching this video.